Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. I've been going through some web searches just to kind of see what everybody else is talking about, and I'm going to show you some stuff. You probably saw it already. I'm just saying I want to cover it on my channel, so don't give me the whole "hey, this isn't great stuff" spiel down in the comments. Just add to the section. You know, if you got something to say it so I can pin it, like it, heart it, whatever. I found this guy named what's his name? Chris McDonald. And I've never heard of him, but he showed up on this thing called Right Wing Watch, and he's over on this other website called Pathos, I guess. So this was posted like yesterday or today, and it says McDonald again claims Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Wild stuff. Despite claiming, I'm sorry, I'm way off. Despite claiming a couple months ago that accusing someone of pedophilia without evidence is slander, and he doesn't do that, far-right crackpot Chris McDonald, for at least the third time, claimed that Tom Hanks is exactly that without even a hint of a whiff of evidence. He was joined by firefighter-turned-prophet Mark Taylor. So these are those two guys. It says one of the biggest pedophiles in Hollywood. His movie's coming out Thursday, McDonald said. You got Tom Hanks literally playing Mr. Rogers. I saw the preview this morning, and I have to tell you, it made me ill. Just seeing the preview made me ill. I feel similar, you know? So that's why I'm going to talk about this probably for, I don't know how I'm going to talk about it. As long as I want, really. What's it matter? It's free, right? It's free entertainment. So, one of the things I've learned is that Twitter has cleaned up Tom Hanks's page, I guess. There's a lot of blocked tweets, blocked users on Tom Hanks feeds now. So if you go over there and you say something to Tom and you just say something like pedo, right, they'll ban you. They'll block you. And I wasn't seeing this before. So they're really trying to reboot the nice guy image with the Mr. Rogers movie. I don't think it's going to work because everybody had their questions about Mr. Rogers in the first place. But just for shiggles, let's go look at this. So I went to Twitter and I typed in Tom Hanks is in quotes. And I just wanted to see what would come up. So people are saying he's a distant sixth cousin or something to Mr. Rogers, and I was like, we're all sixth cousins, man. You know? How could that be a thing? They're just doing everything they can to reboot Tom Hanks' image by tying him to a boomer tier, boomer age, normie culture, nice guy. And not all boomers are bad. Not all zoomers are good. And I'm a millennial, so I'm somewhere sandwiched in between. But look at this. So there it is again. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. That's what it says here. This is all over Twitter, man. All over. This is 7 hours ago. Yeah, let's celebrate Tom Hanks being a pedophile. Everyone, let's say it together. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Replying to NBC News, Elmo Ziller, Tom Hanks is a pedophile. I for an 8, replying to CNN, Tom Hanks is a pedophile. There he is, doing weird stuff. This one says he's a national treasure, and I don't know where that ever came from. They say, Tom Hanks is a GD national treasure. That's what they said. Remember when he was America's dad? And then they were like, I think maybe that's not the best idea. Linking you with kids. So they're pivoting now. But this movie's all about kids. So let me get down here. Tom Hanks is a moron. Tom Hanks is a red shoe child torturer, rapist, killer. That's a heck of a post, man. Short and sweet and to the point. Tom Hanks is a worldwide treasure. Tom Hanks is a national treasure. He's a good actor. Tom Hanks is a beloved actor. His witch wife, Rita Wilson, is such a positive woman, too. She doesn't talk about 666, Mark of the Beast, child sacrifice, none of that stuff. Tom Hanks is a pedo in Hollywood. Pedowood is going down. So, Tom Hanks is a pedophile and a pal of Jeffrey Epstein and was on the flight log to Lolita Island. Is that true? I heard it was. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Just wait till it comes out. There's lots more, man. I mean, it's just like over and over and over. Just so much of it. Tom Hanks is a pedophile Luciferian. Tom Hanks is a bad guy. Tom Hanks is a hack. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Tom Hanks is a servant. 99%, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. How's that possible? There's no possible way that... What is that? Like 48 out of 50 people? 48 out of 50 people love that movie. Just no possible way. He's a big liberal. He's a phony. He's a pedophile. Luciferian and a pedo, racist, warm and fuzzy, known pedo, yada, yada, yada. As you can see, Epstein didn't kill himself. So, I got comments on this last video. The last one I uploaded was from like 6 months ago, and I have a whole bunch of them. I tried to summarize the Isaac Cappy death scenario pretty well. So I apologize for dropping it on you. I know it's kind of confusing. If you see something and I say it's not live, it's not live. So sometimes I post videos and I do it on YouTube Premiere mode so that we can live chat with each other. So get in there and post your comments next time. It kind of cost me a little bit on the comment section, but I think it's a different model. So that's where that was coming from. It was not a live video. It was shot 6 months ago. And I have like 5 or 6 more of them I never uploaded because I didn't want to put them on my backup channel. I want to put them on my real channel. The problem I have with that is that YouTube keeps me in one strike limbo. One strike limbo. So I'll wait for all the strikes to roll off, and I'll go back to my main channel with 60,000 subscribers, and I'll go to post, and I'll log in, and they will have given me a strike like 2 months before. And then whenever I acknowledge it, I'm like, okay, yeah, you gave me a strike. Good. They're like, now you can't post for a week, even though we gave this to you 2 months ago. So, the last one I got was from the Justin Roiland thing called, like, Unbelievable Tales. You can go look up Unbelievable Tales. Just type that in. Unbelievable Tales, Justin Roiland. You'll find it on YouTube. So, when I reposted that video a year and a half ago, they insta-banned my channel. But then people caused a stir on Twitter and they gave it back. So whatever. You know, I'm just saying... Now they gave me a strike. Now I can't live stream on that account again, which is, I think, what they're really afraid of. And I want to talk to you about that here in a second, about why they fear live streaming from people like me and you and the rest of us. But before that happens, here's Tom Hanks here he is on some talk show. For some reason, petting a white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit. It's just so out of context. They have to like invent a story for him to talk about it. He seems so fucking smug. I want to punch him in his stupid ass face. I think let's just detour here for a second. I think that this is where the Corey Haim stuff came from. Remember the two Coreys talking about how pedophilia was a problem in Hollywood? It's always been the biggest issue. So what's interesting is Corey Feldman, one of the two Coreys, this is the guy that actually went on the talk show and said what I just told you. He was on a movie with Tom Hanks back in 1989. Okay? Now, there was a bunch of talk 3 or 4 years ago about how they had identified this A-list actor involved in a pedophile sex ring. The leader of it, really. So we're going to look real quick, and we're going to type in Hanks. And it's not in this one. Where is it? It's not this one either. This one was me. Us. Other people. Here you go. Superstar actor sexually abused Corey Haim. This guy committed suicide. He had drug problems forever. His buddy tried to help him, but he couldn't really name the pedo, I guess. Because it's Tom Hanks. Who's going to believe him? You know? Look where we're at. I already showed you that the entire internet is going to turn against this guy. So all they have left is their Hollywood machine and television. And people that I know, that I grew up with, like parents and stuff, parents, friends, are fucking stupid. They watch the TV and they just believe whatever the TV says. And then I ask them, I'm like, that's not true, right? You can like literally pull out your phone and look it up. And they're just so mad. They hate Trump. They believe the TV. Unplugging them from the Hollywood matrix is damn near impossible, because some people just do not want to see it. I got over this stuff with 9/11. I lived through 9/11. I watched it happen live. It changed my life. It was like the moment for me. I remember where I was standing, who I was with. And the first thing I thought was like, let's bomb some people. That's literally the first thing I thought. And then like a year later, all the truth started to leak out on the internet about people doing research. And I was like, it's a tough pill to swallow, man. Knowing that your own government could potentially fly planes into buildings, can use a controlled demolition to take the whole thing down, murder 5,000 people, and then use that as a reason to invade some countries and drop some bombs on them, and then turn around and import the people they just told you was your enemy, and then tell you to get along with them. Like, that was what they did. So, now we all know that 9/11 was an inside job. I think that we're cleaning it up. I've seen the border wall in person, and I'm watching how fast it goes up. I drove down there to look at it. I could post a video about that sometime. I took a few. But it's legit. It's real. So, again, detour here. I'm just chatting. You know how online they were like, oh, he'll never build the border wall. So he's like, no, I'm going to build the border wall. And then they're like, well, he'll never get funding. And then he got funding. And then they were like, it'll be slow. They'll never do it. So then they start rebuilding fences. I'm not talking a wall. I'm saying some of these things that they said was a border barrier was a chain link fence. A chain link fence that I could hurdle over. I mean, I could just jump it. That's what they said was the wall. So then he goes, all right, well, what's the most important thing to do? Let's build the wall in the most important places, probably where we already have shitty walls or shitty fences. So they freaked out about that. And then they said, well, he's not building anything new. So then they start building something new, and now they're saying, well, it's not effective. So it doesn't matter. There's no way to win. And that's what I'm saying, these people that are plugged into the television set. The people that are plugged into the television set, sometimes I just think there's no helping them. Like, as long as they just die out, eventually, they just die out, then they'll stop fucking with the morphic field of humanity, all of our minds connected. So earlier when I said I wanted to take a second and talk about why they don't want people like me and you to live stream, is because they don't want all of our consciousness to connect at a focal point. That's the truth of it. That's why live stuff is so powerful, is because everybody comes together in a moment. We're all focused on something together, and it can change the morphic field. And this is what mimetic warfare is based on. It's about a morphic field that you create with your mind. The 100th monkey stuff. I think they also did it with like monkey studies, where they taught a monkey how to do sign language or something in a zoo, and then they found them. Then they found them doing sign language, similar sign language, not the same thing, but like the same idea in the wild. So each species has a morphic field. It's their mind. It's like what joins the organisms together. It's different than a hive mind. So it's not like the Chinese, insectoid culture. It's different than that. So that's why they don't want us to like really band together, think the same things. They don't like memes. Memes spread too quickly. It changes the morphic field. And live streaming is especially terrifying for them, because it's like the most powerful minds that are interested all get together at the same time. So I'm out of time. I just wanted to fill you in with where I was at. I'm going to post this, like, comment, share, whatever you'd like. I won't be around forever. I got to pass the baton, but I'll be here while I can. Till next time, it's Bill Smith. Thanks for watching.